was a collective effort for the Padres last night in St. Louis. The offense was on par as well as the pitching, as the Padres get great defense as well and picked up their 5th straight series victory for the first time since 2010. The road trip continues as we welcome you to SunTrust Park in Atlanta. It's game 1 of a 4-game series between the San Diego Padres and the Atlanta Braves. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, last night the Padres got good hitting. Manuel Margot not only did it defensively, but offensively. And really since June 1st, Manuel has been on fire.
It's got a nice ring to it. Go, Margot, not just with the leather, but also with the bat. He's made some mechanical adjustments during this 6-game hitting streak, which he's hitting .450. But last night, 3 for 4. The triple was the big blow. Since June 1st, as Don mentioned, in .387. Why? Using the whole field and also loading up on that back leg, getting some power towards the pitcher, and it is paying off. Manuel Margot, hopefully it carries over against the Atlanta Braves tonight.
Well, how about the Atlanta Braves? They're in first place in the National League East and playing great baseball.
Ozzie Albies, the rookie, he got hot. He's hitting everything going the other way right now. Freddie Freeman, anything in the strike zone tonight. In the past month or so, he's been really tearing it up. And then the veteran Nick Markakis. He's got a flat swing. The barrel stays through the zone for a long time. And he's catching the ball out in front, not letting the ball travel as much. I think that's what's paying off for Nick Markakis. These are 3 of the top 5 hitters in the Braves lineup.
Well, tonight the Padres will have Tyson Ross on the mound, keeping it rolling with Tyson Ross. The Padres have won each of their last 6 games when he pitches. He takes the ball tonight when we come back to Atlanta after this. Score. Villanueva's going to try and score, and he will. He will be safe.
2/3 of the earth covered by water. The other third is covered by Manuel Margot.
We are back in Atlanta. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. 84 degrees, breeze at westerly at 7 miles per hour. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Annie Halbrin with you from Atlanta. And ready for the first pitch, Anibal Sanchez with his pitch, and it is fouled off by Jose Perella as we get it started tonight at SunTrust Park in Atlanta. Now Perella hitting at .274. No homers, 19 runs batted in. Outfield pretty much straight away on Perella, as Jankowski has been leading off pretty much every day for the Padres over the last couple of weeks. But Jankowski has struggled the last couple of days at the plate. Perella will drive this towards deep left field. Back goes Preston Tucker, almost to the edge of the track and onto it to make the catch out there in left field. So Perella is retired. A long fly ball to left field for the first out of the ball game. All right, fans, who you're joining forces with at Saquon Pick the Stick. Weigh in on Twitter for a chance to win a free lunch buffet for two at Saquon Casino. Just hashtag I'm with, the last name of the broadcast you want to join forces with. If they win, you could win too. One random winner selected nightly. Must be 18 and older to win. Follow us at Fox Sports SD for more details. Now ready to work here to Corey Spangenberg is Anibal Sanchez. Corey Spangenberg batting with one down, hitting at .216 with 6 homers and 14 runs batted in. Slice it foul off to the left, out of play. Let's check out the Padres lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Perella at second, Spangenberg at third, Hosmer at first, Renfroe in left, Reyes in right with Galvis at short, Margot in center. Ellis does the catching for Ross, who is on the mound tonight for the Padres, batting out of the 9th spot. A late timeout call. Mark Rippinger has the play tonight for the umpires. It's a 1-1. And that's a missed location down and in.
Well, one thing I think already, Sanchez likes to work quickly. That's a good sign.
Now Sanchez released by the Detroit Tigers. Braves take a chance on him, and things have gone great.
Let's dig into Sanchez a little bit more. The 4-1-1 on the right-hander. He throws everything. Kitchen sink. Fastball, sinker, curveball, cutter, slider. And a veteran presence in the rotation for the Atlanta Braves. Guy trying to bounce back, as Don mentioned, being with a couple other teams.
Now towards left center field. Preston Tucker, the left fielder, there again. And he's handled the first 2 outs of this game.
Let's take a look at the rest of the Braves defense, brought to you by your San Diego Cadillac dealers. Behind Sanchez in left field, we saw Preston Tucker. Ender Inciarte in center. Nick Markakis in right. On the infield, it'll be Camargo, Swanson, Albies, and Freeman. Flowers putting down the signs tonight. Albies 6 errors, third most in the major leagues amongst second basemen.
So 2 down brings up Eric Hosmer, slides into the 3 spot in the order tonight. And a foul to the screen. Center fielder under Inciarte over towards left center. 299 homers and 31 runs batted in for Hosmer. The Padres have won 11 of their last 16 games during this stretch. And soft little bloop in the shortstop. Dansby Swanson back to make the catch at ends the inning. A 1-2-3 first. The Braves are coming up. by Sequan Casino. Opening in 2019 is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. Now back in Atlanta as the Padres win in order in the top of the first inning. Braves coming up in the bottom of the first. And we check out the Atlanta starting nine for Brian Snitker tonight. We got Ozzie Albies at second base, leading it off with Dansby Swanson at shortstop. Freddie Freeman, who's been on fire at first base. Nick Markakis is in right. Tyler Flowers does the catching. Johan Camargo at third base. Ender Enciarte in center field. Preston Tucker is in left, and Anibal Sanchez will do the pitching and bat out of the 9 spot for the Braves. It's Tyson Ross on the hill for San Diego.
31-year-old making his 14th start. Slider, cutter anytime, and keeps Padres in the game. San Diego has won each of the last 6 games started by Tyson.
Down to first and a fair ball. Hosmer will tag the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. Albies retired.
And the defense behind Tyson Ross in Atlanta this evening. Jose Perella, 69 games played at second base. To his left at first base will be Gold Glover Eric Hosmer. At shortstop, Freddie Galvis. Corey Spangenberg at third base. A.J. Ellis behind the plate in the outfield. Renfroe, Margot, and Reyes. And the Padres defense, of course, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers.
One down here in the first inning brings up Dansby Swanson. Swanson coming in, hitting at .265. The Braves shortstop with 6 homers and 25 runs batted in. Well, the Padres have won each of the last 6 games that Tyson Ross has started. Ross 3-0 with a 3.15 earned run average during that span. No decision in his last start against the Marlins. He went to 5 1/3, giving up 4 runs. 3 were earned in that outing as part of this road trip. Ross did not appear in the series when the Braves came to Petco Park in early June. First start against Atlanta since August of 2015. That's in there for a strike. 2-2.
With the way Freddie Freeman is swinging the bat in the number 3 spot, there's a guarantee he's going to hit in the first inning. You don't think hitters like Albies and Swanson are going to get good pitches to hit? Because that kid right there, number 5 for the Braves, he is on fire. Padres ended his 16-game hitting streak in San Diego. He went 0 for the next night, started a 7-game, which he is in the middle of right now.
So 23 out of the last 24 games he's hit safely.
Wow.
In. 2-2 lifted foul down the right field line, out of play. Well, tonight we're participating in the Home Run Challenge. Every home run in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, over $1.5 million have been raised in the challenge. You can make a pledge by going to homerunchallenge.org. 1 out here in the last of the first inning, and Dansby Swanson. Takes a 2-2 away. Of course, the Padres opened up this ballpark last year. They were the first opponent ever for the Atlanta Braves right here at SunTrust Park.
Easter Sunday, remember?
Yes.
More construction up around this place as well.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up, and we'll see another. Yeah, it has grown out there beyond the fence. A lot of structures going up here around this area.
And we understand from the home broadcasters that the ball is not traveling like it was last year.
As a result of those structures, apparently. It was carrying pretty well here last year. Payoff pitch. And it is to third, and Spangenberg makes the catch on the liner. 2 down. That brings up Freddie Freeman. We're talking about how hot he's been. Well, take a look at his National League ranks. Batting average at .344, on base .435, slugging at .590. Runners in scoring position at .456, all first. RBI total is third, but he's got home runs in 3 straight games.
It'll be interesting to see how Tyson Ross pitches to Freddie Freeman, because anything in the strike zone, he is so short and quick to the baseball. He puts a hurting on it, uses the whole field as well. Chokes up on the bat. He is in the zone right now.
Some lofty numbers for Freeman. And he'll take the strike to even the count of 1-1. He didn't think much of the call. We'll put umpire tonight, Mark Rippinger. Well, the first time the Padres met the Braves, Freeman was 5 for 13 at Petco Park with 2 doubles, 2 homers. Padres took 2 out of 3 from the Braves. Braves atop the National League East. To begin tonight's action, they get a 1-game lead over the Washington Nationals. 39 victories right now for Atlanta. 2-2. And fouled off over by the on-deck circle. Almost got Markakis. Freeman checking on Nick Markakis. Time for the Kia drive to success. Most extra base hits. Ozzie Albies with 37. Freddie Freeman with 34. National League leaders. 16th pitch of this first inning. And it's fouled off again over by Markakis.
You know, I see those numbers, the extra base hits, obviously the home runs, but when you think of doubles and triples, and you know, Freddie Freeman, he's not a speedster. He's not going to have a lot of triples when it's said and done. But splitting the gaps, hitting the ball hard on the line, down the lines, he uses the whole field, and that's why you see those extra base numbers.
Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and that is strike 3. First strikeout for Tyson Ross. A 1-2-3 first. To the second we go, scoreless. Top of the second inning without a score back in Atlanta. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Okay, on the bus to the ballpark, I was grinding. Stop the chop at home. Atlanta won 7 straight at home versus the Padres since 2016. And roll on for Ross. As Don mentioned last half inning, Padres have won each of the last 6 games started by Tyson. 3-0 for him with a nice 3.1 ERA.
Renfroe leading it off here in the visiting half of the second inning. Batting in the cleanup spot tonight for the Padres. Had last night off. Finale of that series against the St. Louis Cardinals. They sit safely in 4 of his last 5 games. On the ground to third base, Camargo throws out Renfroe. 1 down in the second inning. Four in a row retired by Sanchez. And bring out Franmil Reyes. .211 with 6 homers and 8 runs batted in for Reyes. into his 24th game in a Padres uniform and in the majors. Kind of been an amazing run for Atlanta against the Padres here in Atlanta. They have won 7 straight at home against the Padres since the start of 2016. And that includes a 4-game sweep against the Padres here to begin SunTrust Park last year. So it carries all the way back to Turner Field, in fact.
One of those, once again, it's kind of tough to put your finger on it, right? I'm not going to use this as an excuse because every team goes through it, but look at the conditions what the ball club had to go through yesterday. Night game in St. Louis, long road trip, getting in here, what, 3 in the morning? And once again, I'm not, hey, this is what we've signed up for, and we all get that. But there's always that one venue where it seems like it's the kryptonite of the other club.
Meanwhile, the Braves just swept the Mets. Playing very good baseball coming into this series. Allowed just 2 runs, 1 earned on 5 hits in 2 games. So they pitched great in that 2-game series against New York. 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Reyes strikes out, first K for Sanchez. 2 down.
Well, one thing I noticed right out of the gate with Sanchez is he goes from the extreme first base side of the pitcher's plate. Maybe a third of his foot is in contact as that's a hanging breaking ball, slider, cutter, whatever you want to call it. He goes up the ladder to Reyes. Remember, the rule states that the pitcher's foot has to be in contact. Not the whole foot. It could be just a spike. It could just be his toe, but his shoe has to be in contact, and he goes from the extreme first base side of that pitcher's plate.
2 down for Freddie Galvis. .231 average coming in for Freddie. 3 homers, 24 runs batted in. He's played in every game so far.
Hey, Don, talking about where you see where he goes from his foot. If you draw a straight line to the inside part of the plate, that's his angle. Plus, he can get an angle down and away that way.
I like the arrows at your disposal tonight.
Thank you.
You don't always have that.
No, it's
stuff.
a nice add-on.
Up of the grass at third is Camargo. 2-2.
Now, you've worked both coasts. Is it tougher going west from the east or going east from the west?
Definitely going east from the west. There's no doubt about it. I don't think it's close.
I agree.
Because going that way, you get 3 hours.
Yep.
And get yourself in sorts. Here, you really can't. You're out of sorts for a while. And just when you figure it out, it's time to go home generally.
And then back out on the road.
Yes.
After 3 days. 2.5 days.
This is quite a stretch.
Yeah.
Home to play Oakland very briefly and then back out again. On the ground to first base, and Freddie Freeman will take it himself to the bag. And it's a 1-2-3 second, done with an inning and a half. Scoreless from Atlanta.
Who doesn't love good defense? Pitching and defense, it's what we need in games, huh? Jankowski in the 5th last night, taking away an extra base hit, possibly. And then Manuel Margot into the right center field gap. This was in the 8th inning, keeping that base runner off base there. And it's even better in slow motion. Donnie, what did you like most about that?
The full extension.
Yeah.
And the distance he went from left center to right center to get there.
Laying out, and that's what pitchers and teammates, everybody admires that, of course.
The overall effort. And you get that every night from Manuel Margot.
And how about that smile from Manuel Margot, huh? Tough to beat.
On the ground to first baseman Eric Hosmer. He'll win the foot race to the bag, and Nick Markakis out number 1 of the 2nd inning. Second ground ball out induced by Tyson Ross, and both have gone in Hosmer's direction. So 1 down, and it brings up Tyler Flowers.
Looks like Tyson Ross is honed in with those crosshairs on the strike zone. 4 up, 4 down. Nice strikeout to Freeman in the 1st inning.
Tyler Flowers, the catcher, totes a .275 average. I like the camera angle here in SunTrust Park, right over the shoulder of the pitcher.
I love it too. St. Louis has that same shot. Direct right over the pitcher's plate to the home plate. I love it. It gives you a true sense of the break of the pitch, right? Because if you're off center a little bit, it's kind of an optical conclusion, as Norm Crosby would say.
This is downstairs, and it's 1-2. Flowers now, Camargo next. Braves batting here in the 2nd inning. Grounded back to Ross. Nice pick. Played it right off to the side. It was sharply hit back to him and flips to first to get Flowers. 2 down in the 2nd inning.
Looked like a slider or a cut fastball. And Tyson Ross, the big kid, fields his position very, very well. Makes it look easy.
Two down for Johan Camargo. And a first pitch strike just flipped in there by Tyson Ross. There's 1 strikeout so far.
Oh, he's locked in right now.
Throwing free and easy.
Yes, he is.
Working quickly and ready with an 0-2. Tried to pick up that outside corner, but it was away.
When you say free and easy, are you trying to bait me to do my Andy Ashby?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know anything about that.
You don't know the Andy Ashby free and easy?
No.
You know Andy Ashby.
I do.
He's got that kind of, well, I'd ask him once in a while, hey, Ash, how you throwing the ball? Free and easy.
On the ground right side. Perella will run a bit and flip to first for the out. So 1-2-3 second, no score through 2.
probably working on getting gathered on his backside before he takes off. For the longest time, when he lift his front leg, nothing would work back into his backside, and everything would kind of fall forward and kind of crash into the front side. So there's been a lot of work for him getting back, so when he lands, he's centered in an athletic balance position so he can fire off his best swing instead of a defensive swing. And he still runs back to that old swing from time to time, but he's had enough of really good swings here recently. He's started to have a lot of success.
And that was manager Andy Green on Manny Margot, who came into this game riding a 6-game hitting streak. And those changes came about after Margot came off the disabled list, and hitting coach Matt Stairs said, hey, I have an idea to better your swing. And Margot was open to that. You don't always see that with players. It's hard to adjust mid-season. But he's made those mechanical adjustments, and he's done it with still competing in at-bats and still believing that he can get something done here at the big league level, and that's carried him a long way. So Don Mudd, you're starting to see some of those changes come through for him, and that's something the organization has believed would just come in time in this sophomore season.
Well, it certainly has, Jenny. He has turned the corner. Really, you look back to June the 1st as a date. You mentioned the 6-game hitting streak, and he's hit at .450 during that time, 9 for 20, and he's figured it out here as time has gone on.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk with Matt Stairs in the dugout before Andy's presser.
Lifts a fly ball to left. Preston Tucker over and under. Battling a little bit of the sunshine. 1 down.
And it was really neat to see Matt demonstrate rather than hearing the words. And he showed me he was in a hitter's stance, and then rather than just lifting that front leg, you know, pushing back with that front leg to load on the back leg like a spring. And then you start to go forward, more directional towards the pitcher, bat through the zone, hence the good numbers Manuel has put up recently.
One down, and A.J. Ellis. Fastball from Sanchez at 92. .310 average for A.J. Ellis with a home run, 9 runs batted in into his 27th game.
Looked like he got a hanging curveball right there at 77. Working underneath it just a little bit.
3-game hitting streak coming into tonight's game for Ellis. Lined into right center field. That'll get in for a base hit. Inciarte over to play it. But it's a 1-out base hit for A.J. Ellis, and the first hit of the night for the Padres.
That's good hitting by A.J. Ellis. All upper body, all arms, all taking it the other way. Rather than trying to pull this ball, there's plenty of knocks out there in right center field. You betcha.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Tyson Ross. Padres pitcher has 3 hits on the year, 3 for 24. And a wild swing and a miss there. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Ninth career major league season for Tyson Ross. 191 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. In at third is Camargo, but no signs of bunting from Tyson Ross.
I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, with the way Tyson likes to go the other way, there's a huge hole on the right side. He's athletic enough to where he can manipulate that bat and maybe punch the ball to the right side.
Fouls it off to the right, and Hank Stuff here 0-2.
And don't forget, he's so big and strong, he's got pop to the opposite field. He can pepper one off that brick wall. Out in right field, right center field, halfway up, it's padded, and then looks like brick wall the rest of the way up.
That is strike 3, and Ross will take with him the second strikeout for Sanchez. And there are 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
Oh, so much fun.
In what year did the Padres last win 6 straight series? Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
I don't know the answer to that one. Do you?
I do.
Do you? Did you look it up after you knew the question?
I actually asked somebody.
Oh, okay. You did your homework. That's
yeah.
considered homework.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
I went to the pre-production meeting today. That
I did not get word of that.
Yeah. Strike over
I was
the inside
sleeping.
corner. yeah.
I didn't roll out of the hay till 2:30.
How about you?
East Coast time.
So you're rested, ready to go.
Oh, man.
You look terrific.
Thank you. I feel like $100.
Barella fly deeply out to left field in the first inning, taking Tucker to the warning track. A grounder right side. Albies will fire to first and end the top of the third inning. Done with 2.5 from Atlanta without a score. And Robinson Chirinos, and ended up the benches cleared, and a lot of pushing and shoving took place after this shove. An additional shove by Chirinos that Kemp didn't like, and then it was on. Dodgers ended up with a walk-off win, but perfectly legal. He had the ball and was set and ready. You can blow him up in that instance.
Absolutely. Well put, Donald. And then the pushing, the shoving. Next thing you know, a Jerry Springer show breaks out in Dodger Stadium.
On to the bottom of the third inning here at SunTrust Park. And the bottom third of the Braves order coming up. Ender Enciarte, Preston Tucker, and Anibal Sanchez.
Don, you made a great point because, you know, we've talked to people and they weren't sure of the rule. Catcher has the ball, blocking the plate. You can blow him up. He's on a tee. You can go after him.
Used to be you could blow him up all the time. Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Enciarte leading it off here, a .245 hitter, center fielder for the Braves. Occasionally will drop one down, and well aware of that is Corey Spangenberg, who's in on the grass at third. Grounder past the outstretched glove of Ross, and Galvis. That kind of a do-or-die type play right there. Enciarte runs well, and Enciarte will reach.
Yeah, that's a tough play. You can see how far Freddie has to go. And Don, you hit the nail on the head. Enciarte runs well. That's the only play Freddie had. If he tries to go glove hand, won't work. You got to go bare hand. And then let's watch Enciarte. He knows what he's up against. He can fly.
So a base hit, infield hit for Enciarte. And first hit of the night for Atlanta. Preston Tucker. Tucker with 3 home runs. shift on him on the right side of the infield, but keep it tight to the infield. The double play possibilities as Ross gets strike one in. Brings Spangenberg to the right side. Only Galvis on the left side.
Now Galvis backing up. He was playing in tight, just in case Tucker was maybe thinking about push bunting towards the left side of the infield. But now with one strike, he backs up.
Make it two. Swing and a miss, and Ross picks up strikeout number 2. First out of the third inning.
Working down to the zone ahead, making Tucker fish for that one. Backdoor breaking ball. He's got to protect. Tyson Ross is throwing consistent strikes tonight. He's pounding the zone.
Last 5 hitters, he has been ahead 0-1. So first pitch strikes to the last 5 hitters, but they're all called. They've been pretty patient in dealing with him, and he's throwing strikes and getting ahead. Racing in from third is Spangenberg as Sanchez had squared to bunt. But they checked on Inciarte at first base. Get his lead again, held on by Hosmer. Be charging as well from first base.
Yes,
he
did.
punched at it, and he did indeed. Thirteenth major league season for Anibal Sanchez. Pulls it back, swings away, and fouls it to the screen. Grab the attention of Spangenberg, who was about 10 feet away.
Also, Eric Hosmer, he was late on that. You better be heads up.
Get you a game break coming up from Miami, where the Marlins are hosting the San Francisco Giants. 0-2, drop down, front of the plate. Ellis will go to first base. Sacrifice complete. 2-3 as Inciarte takes second base. Time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. In what year did the Padres last win 6 straight series? 2009, August 25th through September 13th. So the last time that they had won 5 straight series was 2010, which of course they accomplished last night again. And 2009, the last time it was 6 straight series.
That's playing some good ball right there, like the Padres are doing right now. Pitching has been outstanding. Timely hitting, 2 out hits, 2 out RBIs. And the great Casey Stengel said, you remember his famous quote? They don't pay me to win every night. They pay me to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, just win series and you'll be in good shape. 2 down, Inciarte at second base, second time through now. And spiraling off the backside of the mound was Ross without a throw.
Ooh, nice pick. I think the ball found AJ's glove rather than the other way around, because he kind of turned a little bit and did a great impression of a first baseman there, picking that ball out of the dirt.
In there for a strike, 1-1. Albies didn't like it. Turns out of the box. Ross with 2 strikeouts through 2 2/3 innings. He's not walked anybody, and dealing with 2 outs here and a runner at second base. First threat here by the Braves, coming in the Braves half of the third inning. Grounder foul outside of first. Ross ahead here, 1-2. Outfield about straight away on Ozzie Albies. He's got some pop, especially for a leadoff hitter. 16 home runs. Up the middle, ranging Galvis can't get it. It's into center. Here comes Enciarte. And the Braves will take a 1-0 lead. Now throw to second, and that'll get away. Nobody was covering second base. Albies looked up, realized it, so Margot started sprinting in from center field with the baseball and then fired it over the head of the second baseman. And it's a 1-0 Atlanta lead. Albies ends up at second base.
Well, as soon as this ball got through, you knew that Inciarte was going to score. 2 outs, cracking the bat. He's got tremendous speed. Now, everybody's got in line. Everybody's pointing to see who's going to cover second base. Nobody's there. Manuel Margot gets it. He realizes that somebody's got to get there. He'll take it himself. And in the meantime, Albies, a heads-up play, taking the extra base.
So it's a double for Albies and an RBI that has Atlanta on top 1-0. Now Dansby Swanson. Lined out to the third baseman, Corey Spangenberg in the first. 0 for 1.
Thinking Jose Perella's got to be at second base.
Well, the Braves seem to pick it up a notch with men on base. 297 average, the highest batting average. They got Albies at second base with 2 down here in the third inning. Fly ball headed out towards left field. Renfroe coming in and over. And Hunter will make the catch. It ends the inning, but the Braves strike first, take a 1-0 lead after 3 from Atlanta. right, Scan, thanks very much. And Mark as well. 1-0. Braves have the lead here into the 4th inning. And Corey Spangenberg leading it off. It is tremendous to have Tony Gwynn Jr. along with us here for the next 3.
Tremendous, huh?
It is tremendous, yes.
I
Get him out of
appreciate it.
here for any brief time at all is good.
I'll take the tremendous call.
And the Braves getting the first run of this game in the 3rd inning as Spangenberg swings and misses. Anibal Sanchez, who has had kind of an up and down career during the course of his career, really looks like he's figured it out here with Atlanta.
When he's healthy, he's really tough. Changes speeds on all of his pitches.
Grounder right side. Albies to the backhand. 1 down. Well, some interesting numbers for Eric Hosmer through his first 66 games with the Padres.
Yeah, he has been tearing the cover off, especially as of late. I hope you're looking at these numbers. He's first in on base, walks, extra base hits, second in slugging, second in home runs. Listen, I think for Eric, there was a lot of noise about whether the Padres went out of their way to sign a guy before the process has allowed. I hope this puts that to bed because, I mean, right now he's leading his team not only on the field but in the clubhouse. You hear talks of him leading the hitters meetings now, and that's important. I mean, he understands his role as the leader of this ball club, not only on the field but also in that clubhouse.
In the last 15 games, he's heated it up, especially at 404.
I think the other thing that it's important, I mean, you look at the RBIs, they may be down, but look where he's hit most of the year. He's hit in the 2 holes, not really an RBI spot. He's usually in that 3 or 4 spot that allows you to produce a few more RBIs.
Now with Will Myers on the DL, he kind of slid up the order.
Yeah.
Had Myers as protection for a while early on, but Will's been out a long time now.
Yeah, he's been the Lone Ranger really in this lineup. As far as teams picking a guy out who they don't want to hurt him, it's pretty much going to be Eric Hosmer.
Waves at that pitch and strikes out. That's strikeout number 3 for Sanchez. 2 down here in the 4th inning.
I mentioned it earlier. That is why he is so tough. That's 3 straight changeups he threw to Eric Hosmer.
It's nasty too. It's got movement.
Running away. He's got about 4 or 5 different pitches that he goes to. He'll cut the fastball. He'll 2-seam the fastball. He'll 4-seam it. He has the curveball. You saw that at 72. He has the changeup as well.
2 down here in the 4th inning, and Hunter Renfroe grounded out to third base in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. 1 hit allowed by Anibal Sanchez through 3 2/3 innings. Four ground ball outs, 3 strikeouts so far.
Like I said, when Anibal Sanchez is healthy, his fastball command is as good as it gets in this league. He's either on the corners or he's off the plate with his fastball. .65-mile-per-hour changeup.
He's got some soft stuff that he uses. Also got a breaking ball that he uses somewhere in that area too.
Yeah, he'll run up a fastball about 94 too, though. So he's what I call a gun jumper.
Evens up here to Renfroe, 2-2. Next pitch for Sanchez will be his 50th of his outing.
Going back to the changeup.
And it freezes Renfroe. Strikes out looking. Back-to-back Ks for Sanchez. A 1-2-3 fourth. A 1-0 Braves lead.
actual just green cushion. So outfielders are going to have to back up each other quite a bit, and actually there's quite a bit of responsibility for the second baseman to go out there as well to ricochet off the brick. So you kind of have to, gauge on how hard the ball's hit and then play it accordingly.
And that was Padres outfield coach Skip Schumacher on the right field wall here at SunTrust Park. I'm standing above it right now. It's 16 feet tall, 10 feet of that is cushion, 6 feet of that is brick. And you can see along right field those chain link insets. That's actually a restaurant down there. But as Skip said, the ball plays differently depending on what part of the wall it hits. And that was by design. They wanted that element when they built the ballpark. Hunter Renfro told me that the trick to playing that brick is to resist the urge and the instinct to run backwards when a ball is hit hard over your head, and instead to stay put because you know it's going to ricochet off that wall and come right back at you. Now, I know we've got a guy in the booth who has played some outfield in his life. It's definitely not Mark Grant. Tony Gwynn Jr., I know you haven't played this ballpark specifically, but how would you play this wall if you knew that was coming at you?
Well, Annie, I would come out early and have, probably Skip Schumacher in this case, hit me fly balls from that first baseline. So I want to see what the ball is going to do off the bat when it hits the brick. Because listen, the brick kind of goes out on the right, and when it gets to 375, that brick is now angled towards the second base.
Down to Hosmer. He'll take it himself to the bag. Just got there ahead of Freeman. That was close.
So you want to be able to see how the ball's going to play, and as Skip mentioned, there's 3 different layers out there. You have the green pads, you have the chain link fence, which when the ball hits it, it's not going to go very far, and then you have the brick. So much like Hunter Renfro also mentioned, it's about determining if you can get back to a ball and actually make a leaping catch, or if you should play it off the wall, play it off that brick and let it come to you. And I think the most important part is your other outfielders have to be on notice, and your second base and shortstop have to be on notice. Because if a ball kicks off of that wall and your right fielder and your center fielder have converged on it, there's going to be nobody there to really pick it up off the wall if it hits that brick.
Very similar brick to what you see at AT&T Park in San Francisco. That's
right.
Not easy either.
No, that's probably one of the more difficult places to play outfield is at AT&T Park because of how the dimensions play. You got Triples Alley out there, and with that brick wall, you just have to get good at being able to read the trajectory of the ball, and if it's going to hit the brick part or if it's going to hit the green pad.
Tough when you're only here for 3 or 4 days, though.
Right. That's why it's so important to get out there early and kind of get those balls in so you can kind of get an understanding of it.
0-2 pitch, grounded softly down the first baseline. Foul. It'll stay foul. And Nick Markakis will climb back in the box here, down to 0-2.
Definitely, being that you probably only going to come to this park once, it's something that you do have to keep a mental note of how the ball plays off these walls. You'll have an incident. You'll have a scenario where you probably on your first try might misplay a ball. That usually is put in the back of the mind. Like, okay, got to play it a little bit different next
time. Trial by error.
Right.
On the ground to first base. Hosmer's been busy. Going to use Ross this time. And it's 3-1 on the putout. And there are 2 outs in the inning. And I guess as far as the wall goes too, the chain link fence, if it hits out there, it seems to just die on that fence. So, I mean, it's like you got to go back because it could just hit that fence and then just stop and die there.
Yeah.
And if you do go back too close and it hits the brick, you're in big trouble.
Again, that's where seeing the ball, not only balls off the bat from Skip Schumacher in this case, but also live balls off the BP bats. I mean, guys are taking swings throughout batting practice. You almost have to treat those like a game type situation so that you're prepared.
2 down here in the 4th inning. All part of playing on the road and somebody else's yard, especially a new one that you haven't had a chance to play much in.
Yeah, most of the ballparks, maybe with the exception of St. Louis, are going to all have some type of gimmick out there that you got to pay attention to. Here it's the brick wall / chain link fence.
Yeah, you were right. You called that. We were in St. Louis. You said there are no nooks and crannies here. And there aren't. And in St. Louis, there were none.
There were none, yeah.
Here, you got some stuff.
You got some stuff.
That's in there for strike 2, 1-2.
You got the baby wall in left field. Seen guys make catches and flip over that thing before.
That is a baby wall,
yeah,
isn't it?
Then it gets normal in the left center area to center. And then as soon as you get to right center, here comes the gimmick.
That's where the action starts. You probably still look at outfields when you walk into ballparks for the first time.
I do. It's a kind of habit now. First thing I'm looking, okay, where's the ball? How's the ball going to carry him off of this corner over here? Like even down the lines, like if you look down the first base line, there's kind of like a little wall that kind of kicks out. If that ball catches that wall and you're running down the right field line, you're going to have to run back up to it. It's probably a triple at this point.
Tyler Flowers, the catcher, batting for the second time tonight, grounded back to the mound in the second inning. And is down 1-2, pitch 60 coming up here for Tyson Ross with 2 down in the 4th inning. And Atlanta on top 1-0. Inside, and it hits him. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And Tyler Flowers heading down to first base.
Tyson Ross trying to get inside here with the cutter. Gets away from him, catches Flowers right on that tricep.
Two down, runner at first, and it brings up Johan Camargo. Camargo grounded out second base in the second inning, 0 for 1. Third baseman for the Braves with 6 home runs on the year. And he pops it up left side. Spangenberg in fair ground makes the catch. A step on the infield grass. We played 4, 1-0 Atlanta. San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By Petco, the pet company. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. A beautiful SunTrust Park in Atlanta as we venture into the 5th inning with the Braves on top 1-0. And Anibal Sanchez back on the mound. Lots of good food options here at SunTrust Park, as we found out walking around.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Chick-fil-A.
No.
Chop House.
Lots of stuff going on there.
There's
Lots of
stuff.
barbecue. 5th inning, 5 in a row. There's your Chop House right there. That is in right field. Franmil Reyes leading it off in the 5th inning. Reyes, Galvis, and Margot. And a tight one tonight from Atlanta. Both good starting pitching going on here.
Yeah, both pitchers have been pretty sharp today.
Fly ball headed towards right field, and Nick Markakis, someone is in his tracks out there, will make the catch for the first out of the 5th inning. Going to be the twilight time here in Atlanta.
This is where the time of day where it can get tough to see the baseball if it gets above the lights. Right now there's enough blue sky where you can tell the difference, but as that blue sky starts to darken out, any balls hit above those lights in this twilight, it becomes very difficult to see it.
One down for Freddie Galvis. Grounded out to first base in the second inning, 0 for 1.
For outfielders, that's the most helpless feeling you can have.
Got to be bad. But you can't see the ball.
You can't
That's
see
not good.
You're the last line of defense, and you can't see the ball.
Especially if you think it's where you're standing that it's coming, and you can't see it.
Very rarely do I think outfielders think it's going to land where they're standing. If they did, they wouldn't panic as much. But
Right.
you could see the panic start to settle in when they realize, I have no idea where this ball is.
It's a bad feeling.
It is.
It's bad for announcers, too. It really is. We have no idea where the ball is. It's not good. It happens, though.
It does. I guess because a lot of times we're looking at the fielder to kind of tell us where the ball is.
Exactly. Now Freddie Galvis strikes out. It's 5 Ks now for Sanchez. And there are 2 outs in the 5th inning.
Again, you see that pinpoint control with his fastball. That's how he's able to pitch off of it. His command is so good on the corners. If he misses off the plate. And then he has the different speeds on his changeup, curveball, slider.
6-game hitting streak, as you saw from Margot coming into tonight's game. Flied out to the left fielder Preston Tucker in the 3rd inning and getting his second look at Sanchez tonight. Fly ball headed out towards right center field. Enciarte shy of the track will make the catch for the final out of the 5th inning. A 7-pitch inning, a 1-0 Braves lead. Margot.
See, Tyson Ross usually gets a lot of strikeouts with the slider, but it's inducing the ground ball today. I think this is a much better look for Tyson. Hasn't had to expend the amount of pitches that he normally does because he's getting so many balls put in play off of that slider. Usually it's a wipeout slider that he's getting a lot of punch outs on. Today, getting a lot of ground ball outs.
I think it's the tilt on it.
I do. I don't think he has that sharp tilt that he normally has, but he's pitching at the bottom of the zone.
Under Enciarte leading it off here, the speedster for the Braves. Here's the out distribution for Tyson Ross so far. A couple of strikeouts, 7 groundouts, 3 flyouts. Works into the 5th. Enciarte turns on this. Down the line and right back, and that ball's gone. Home run to right field for Ender Enciarte. It's his 5th of the year. Braves add on top 2-0.
One of the few mistakes Tyson Ross has made really all game long Inciarte makes him pay. Wants the fastball or cutter in. He gets it in, and Inciarte clearly is looking in there. Not to mention that's right in the lefty sweet spot, down and in.
So solo shot for Atlanta, 2-0 Braves.
I know Mud wouldn't like to hear this, but sometimes you got to tip your hat to the hitter every once in a while. He gets to that pitch was probably a ball.
You know what he'd say?
What would he say?
Mislocation. I can just hear him. Should that ball have been to the right of the pole instead of the left? Strike one.
You know your partner too well.
If nothing else, very predictable.
I mean, I don't know where else Tyson could have missed with that pitch.
Nope.
If he missed any further in, it would have hit him in his leg.
Now Preston Tucker, there he is. Play-by-play magic going on right now there.
He's got the show glasses on today.
Yeah. Two and two to Preston Tucker. Tucker struck out swinging in the third.
You're seeing the backdoor slider from Tyson Ross a lot more today. Backdoor cutters, especially as it pertains to Tucker and Freeman. Seems like he's really trying to stay away.
Just his first full count. And it's fouled off.
See, that's the slider there, and we were talking about the ground ball, the strikeout. It's a little flatter than it normally is. It's a pitch that usually is going towards that back foot. That one is more east to west than it is, you know, north to south, which he usually has on that slider.
It's 70 for Ross is strike three to Preston Tucker. Second time he's down by way of the K.
And right on cue, the tilt is a little different on this 3-2 slider. Saw the last one go east-west. This one has much more up and down tilt to it. Get Tucker to swing right over the top.
One down here in the fifth, and it brings up Anibal Sanchez. Pitcher got the sacrifice bunt down the first time. Late swing and a foul over by the Braves dugout. They're housed on the first base side here at SunTrust Park. Softly lined, one hopper to Perella, played it off to the side. Throws out Sanchez. Two down here in the fifth inning. Perella wasn't sure he was going to be able to get that one in the air or not. Backed up a tad and let it take a hop and handled it 2 away.
Tell you what, you got to give these Padre infielders some credit. They've really turned around, especially a guy like Jose Perella, who had been put in the outfield really because he was struggling with the glove and has been inserted in the second base spot and really done a good job. I also have to give some credit to Josh Johnson down there, their infield coach, for the work he puts in with them. That last ball hit the umpire square in the leg and rolled all the way back out to Tyson Ross. This ball gets no glove.
Nope. Fouled off over by the Braves dugout. Never taken a baseball off a shin guard before, but I'm sure that it still hurts.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing it. I haven't done it either.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do it. Especially with the other guy not around to do it, because he would do it.
He would definitely do it. I think he would throw a ball at your shin without shin guards on.
Oh, I've already had that. That we've already covered. That area's been covered. We've had ankle, leg, arm, hand. I think ribs.
Don't let him pitch BP to you ever.
Oh, no, that's never happened. Nope. Because I bet he still throws hard.
I bet he does too.
Yeah.
He looks like he does,
Yeah.
at least.
Oh, here we go. Giving instruction. Now he's an umpire.
He saw himself on TV.
Yeah. Hates attention.
No, Mud.
Yeah. Full count. Hates it. Yeah.
Look at the big fella.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Like, you don't want to be on TV. Okay. Payoff pitch. That one is fouled off down the left field line, out of play. He has it in his contract that they have to shoot us in the booth so many times a game so that he can be seen.
Ah, makes a lot of sense
Yeah,
now.
part of his deal. I think it's like 6 or something.
That's a good negotiation.
It's like mound visits, you know.
What's the penalty for going over?
I don't know. Pitch 80 from Ross is going to miss away. And down to first base goes Albies with 2 down. That is just the first walk for Tyson Ross of the night. Bring up Dansby Swanson, 0 for 2. Well, the Braves have been playing very good baseball. Mentioned they just swept a brief 2-game series against the New York Mets. They're top the National League East coming in, had a 1-game lead over the Nats. Throw to first, and diving back head first is Albies.
I was talking to Peter Moylan, one of the bullpen arms for the Braves. He was saying how good of a mix they have on their ball club, a good mix of young guys mixed with some veterans on that team, and said they get along great, and that usually is a good mix.
Now heading out is Ellis. Mentioned it was the first walk for Tyson Ross tonight. That is the first walk for the Padres in a really long time. They'd come into this game 28 innings pitched without a walk. So they were at 32 2/3 innings without a walk until that walk.
I mean, that is making the other team beat you. You're not giving away those free passes. You're catching the ball on defense. So they literally have to get hits to score all of their runs, and that's not always the case. Padres have been playing just a good brand of baseball.
Previous record had been 32 innings pitched, July 28th through 31st in 1971. Runner goes, throw down's pretty good one, and out at second base is Albies. A.J. Ellis guns down Albies to end things here in the 5th inning. Caught stealing to end the 5th. Nice play by A.J. Ellis and a good throw. See if Atlanta's going to challenge this. Albies felt like he had the hands in before the tag.
Good quick tag there by Perella, and I think they get it.
Braves are not going to challenge. It's a caught stealing that ends the inning 2-0 Atlanta. Anibal Sanchez has been very good. He has kept the Padres stymied through the first 5 innings, giving up only 1 hit and striking out 5 along the way, as the Padres have not been able to do anything with him. Meanwhile, Ozzie Albies with his base hit back up the middle into center field drives in a run. Braves take a 1-0 advantage in the 3rd inning before Ender Enciarte with a solo shot to begin things in the 5th inning. This one to the back of the bleachers in right. And the Braves have taken a 2-0 advantage into the 6th inning. Leading it off is A.J. Ellis, and the recipient of strike 1. Only hit for the Padres tonight belongs to A.J. Ellis. Single to center field back in the 3rd inning.
A.J. Ellis swinging a good bat and not playing on an everyday basis, what makes the 4-game hitting streak that much more impressive.
One pitch will miss, ball 2. So the Padres actually tied a franchise record with 32 consecutive innings pitched without a walk. For whatever reason, they do not include parts of innings. It is just 32, so it ties the record from 1971. This one down the line at 3rd, and by the dive of Johan Camargo, a bounce off the box seats, and heading for 2 is Ellis. Bobble out there by Tucker, and Ellis will get to second base without a problem. I'm not sure how close it would have been at second base had Tucker not bobbled it and left. Ellis kind of let up a little bit around first base, like he may not go, but he does, and is at second base to begin things here in the 6th inning.
I think you're right. He little two-seamer in, gets to it, and just past the stretch dive of Camaro. This is what I was talking about. That ball will kick off as opposed to rolling all the way down, and he overruns it. Allows A.J. Ellis to get into second with a double.
And Ross bunts at it. Unable to get it down.
Anibal Sanchez, to my recollection, is a tough guy to bunt on because he will throw any pitch to you at any given time. You're not guaranteed a fastball just because you're a pitcher. He can throw all of his pitches for strikes, and he's not afraid to mix it in there.
Leadoff double by A.J. Ellis, who's got both Padres hits tonight. Ross gets it down, but foul.
So he's thrown him 2 curveballs when he knows he's going to get an out here, but he wants to make Tyson Ross earn it.
Jose Perella waiting on deck, top of the Padres order. Trying to make some noise here in the 6th inning. They haven't been able to do anything with Sanchez. For the first 5 innings, just the 1 hit. A promising start to the 6th inning.
Tyson's going to try to get this bunt to the 3rd baseman.
Pulls it back, and it's ball 1, 1-2.
So 2 curveballs. There's a slider from him. Tyson wants this fielded by the 3rd baseman, completely taking him out of the play, allowing A.J. Ellis to get to 3rd easier. Goes to 1st. They have a play.
Charging from the corners, and Ross gets it down. Nicely done. Sanchez with 1 play fires to 1st with Albies covering. He threw a seed over there to first base, and the sacrifice complete. It's 1-4 on the sacrifice that gets A.J. Ellis to 3rd base. That's nicely done by Ross. Getting it down with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's not easy. Gets a cutter here. Puts it down. Bat angle's perfect. Gets it farther enough over so that A.J. can get to 3rd safely. That's been a theme for the Padres lately, executing. Whether it be on the mound, whether it be getting guys in from 3rd, less than 2 outs, getting the runner over. Padres have been on point with that, especially on this road trip.
Conference at the mound that now includes the shortstop Dansby Swanson coming in. Catcher Tyler Flowers. And Anibal Sanchez, who has 1 out here. Ellis at 3rd base and about to deal with the top of the Padres order in Jose Perella. Perella 0 for 2. He's flying out to the warning track in left. It grounded out to second base. Runners in scoring position, a .278 average for Perella. Ellis with that walking lead off third, keeping him close over there is Camargo. Camargo not quite guarding the line, but he is over towards the bag, so Ellis can't get that large of a lead. Chopped in that direction. It's a fair ball off the glove of Camargo. Fires to first. It'll be late. Having to stay at third is Ellis. So the call made by the third base umpire. And it is going to be a base hit here, I think.
Off the bat, I think Camargo just assumed that this was going to be foul.
He's kind of knocked it down.
Umpire's right on the call. He was immediately calling fair ball. AJ Ellis, of course, couldn't go anywhere because the ball's right at him, basically.
So Nick Marley, the third base umpire, making that call. Reaching is Perella. First and third. They've not ruled on it yet. Looks like it's going to be a base hit. Chance here for Spangenberg with one out. And a grounder foul over by the Braves dugout. They have now ruled it is a hit. So the third Padres hit of the night. Spangenberg 0 for 2. He's flat out to left, grounded out to second base.
He has a 4-game hitting streak coming into today. One of the hotter Padre hitters in this lineup.
Next pitch will be the 70th of the night for the Braves right-hander. Pops it up, run around the bag at second. It's a second baseman, Albies. No, it's going to be the shortstop. Dansby Swanson behind Albies, who makes the catch. Either could have, but Swanson takes it 2 down.
Sanchez executing the game plan there on Spangenberg. Everything in off the plate. Getting Corey to offer at those pitches.
2 down here in the 6th. First and third. Eric Hosmer, the batter. He has popped out to short. Last time up, struck out swinging. 3-0-4 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. And he drives it foul off to the left. The second deck.
First pitch fastball tried to go in, missed over the middle of the plate, got away with one. If you're the Padres, this is the guy you want up right now.
Ball and a strike to Hosmer. Last 15 games hit at .404 with 11 RBIs. A big spot here in the 6th inning. Really the first threat the Padres have put together in this game against Anibal Sanchez. With Ellis at third, Perella across the diamond at first. Hosmer will pop it up. Foul ground third base way. Johan Camargo makes the catch that ends the inning, and out of the jam is Sanchez. Padres strand a pair, 2-0 Braves.
or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Good pitching matchup tonight in game 1 of the series. Tyson Ross against Anibal Sanchez. And here are the numbers. Tyson Ross through the first 5, giving up 2 runs. They are both earned, and Sanchez just getting out of a bit of a jam in the top half of this, the 6th inning. He's got 6 shutout innings, walking nobody and striking out 5. Ross has thrown a total of 82 pitches. On the other side, Sanchez 73. And to the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Dansby Swanson.
Both pitchers have definitely been sharp today.
And Swanson was at the plate when Ozzie Albies was caught at second base, caught stealing to end last inning. And the count then was 2-0, and the count now is 2-0.
By the way, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but that was a tremendous throw by A.J. Ellis.
Yes, it was.
Great snap tag by Jose Perella as well.
To center field, and Manuel Margot right where he was standing. One down here in the 6th inning. Well, a lot of good first basemen in the National League, and my question to you is, who would you choose?
Man, I mean, obviously I'm pulling for Eric Hosmer, but clearly Freddie Freeman is the guy of choice at this point, and he's leading almost every statistical category, especially as it pertains to first baseman. He's leading all those categories regardless of whether you're a first baseman or not.
Belt on the DL currently with the emergency appendectomy that had him out of the lineup with San Francisco, but Freddie Freeman is tearing it up.
He really is.
Paul Goldschmidt ran into a tough stretch, but he seems to be being back to being Paul Goldschmidt again.
Yep, he sure has. He started to heat up, and I don't think there was any doubt about him ever heating up. He tends to pick it up and swing the bat to well the rest of the year.
To left field, Renfroe moves in and over and makes the catch. 2 down. Looks like Renfroe's getting used to that whole slicing thing coming off the left-handed hitter's bat.
It did. It looked like he kind of adjusted his body to kind of maybe block out some lighting that might have been in his face there, but he's looked comfortable at left field, especially for a guy who hadn't played much left field going into this season. See the ball off the bat of Freeman. Watch how Renfroe kind of gets his body turned.
Two down here in the 6th. How big a deal is that going from right to left?
It's a big deal. It's a real big deal. Left field is, in my opinion, the toughest of the 3 outfield spots. And I don't know if it's because it's left field. The ball just has a different spin on it when it's coming to left field. A left-handed hitter is going to have that tail. Right-hander's usually going to have that hook. For whatever reason in right field, you get a more true flight to the ball.
Strike 3 call. Good inning for Tyson Ross. Picks up strikeout number 4. We head to the 7th inning with Atlanta on top 2-0.
for you guys. Will Myers and Franchi Cordero began rehab assignments today with AAA El Paso. So Andy Green said they're going to take it game at a time, see how these guys feel, and that will depend on how quickly they come out of those rehab assignments. But you're also looking at Austin Hedges there, who played in Lake Elsinore today and caught for Joey Lucchese. Now, the thing with Joey Lucchese is they're going to see how he comes out of the start that he made today, and also see not just how he's feeling, but how he did pitch-wise and how well he threw. And then they're going to go ahead and see if they're going to give him another rehab start before possibly bringing him back to the big leagues. I'm sorry, back to the Padres. So kind of looking at that right there and taking it start by start with those guys, but looks like some more health is around the corner. Don Mudd coming back soon for this team.
All right, Andy, thanks very much. That's good news for all those guys.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, we want them healthy and then come to the decisions, right? And that's why I'm glad I'm not a GM, because there's going to be some decisions that have to be made, and
some tough ones.
Yes.
Renfroe popping out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning, and here's Franmil Reyes, who will line one into left center field. That's going to get down, roll a long way, cutting it off the center fielder Enciarte. Franmil's thinking two and slides into second base with a one-out double.
He hits the ball so hard. You know, we always talk about exit velocity on home runs, right? I'll tell you what, when you watch this, that's got to be, I'm saying that's over 105 miles an hour exit velocity. That ball was scorched. And then he's thinking two the whole way.
That's a big man, too.
That is a big kid. Picking him up, putting him down. He hits the ball so hard.
One down, Reyes at second base, and here's Freddie Galvis. Check swing foul.
I missed you, Donnie.
You did, huh?
Yeah, you're supposed to say. Well, you just snorted, by the way. Okay, let's try this again. Gosh, I missed you, Don.
Yeah. You were gone for a couple innings, huh?
3 to be exact.
One out, one on, and it's 2-0 Braves. What am I supposed to say? We showed you on TV.
I know.
And you liked it.
I put up the paper.
I know. That was all fake. 1-1 coming up. And Galvis takes a hack. Pitch was up in the strike zone. Was a strike, but it was up. With runners in scoring position. Batting average, their second, on base percentage second.
Yeah, they need some action. Third time around now against Sanchez, so a pretty good idea what he has to feature. Hopefully they can get on the board and then some this inning.
In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Next pitch will be the 80th for Sanchez of the night. Padres in this game 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Fouled off the screening above the Padres dugout.
You know what Sanchez does well, and we saw it the pitch prior to that. He changes speeds very, very well. He's throwing pitches 65, almost like an eephus curveball. Changing speeds on the fastball.
Shane Carl up in the pen right now for the Braves. First action we've seen for either side. And this liner down the right field line will be a foul ball.
Oh!
Nice catch.
Nice play, young man. That is not an easy play. You got the line drive coming right at you. Oh, he trapped it. Nice try, though.
Still a nice play. Swing and a miss, gets away briefly from Flowers, so he clears the runner and throws out Galvis. Second time Galvis has struck out tonight. That's 6 Ks now for Anibal Sanchez with 2 down here in the 7th.
Once again, going out of the strike zone, changing speeds, and catching the Padre hitters off balance. Freddie was way out in front of that one.
2 down. Reyes still at second base, and it brings up Manny Margot. 0 for 2. He's flied out to left, flied out to center. Last 7 at home for the Braves starters. 5-2 with a 1.14 earned run average.
That's a lot of working out of the windup, and what that means is that pitchers have their best stuff, feel most comfortable. Not a lot of traffic on the bases for these guys at home.
Reyes hit a double with 1 out. He's at second base still with now 2 down. This one, a lot of spin on it. Back to Sanchez. He's going to apply the tag himself and end the top of the 7th inning. That means it's 7th inning stretch. Braves have a 2-0 lead.
FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Here's your leaderboard, Mud.
Yeah, Scott Piercy, -1. Shot a 69 today. He's in the clubhouse. Be the ball, Danny. Ian Poulter, 2nd place. Tell you, the amazing thing about those golfers. Do you golf, by the way?
I don't.
I don't either. These guys, they chili dip 1 shot and they're done. You bogey, you're done.
Little room for error. Tyler Flowers just got hit again.
Did that hit his bat or did it hit him?
He's trying to talk the umpire out of the fact that it hit him.
I think that may have hit. I wonder if that hit the knob of the bat.
Umpire was ready to send him to first base. Flowers like.
That's off the knob.
Yeah.
Flowers is like, it didn't hit me. It's a foul ball. I want to hit.
So Andy Green's going to challenge. I'm confused by this. Flowers doesn't think it hit him. The Padres don't think it hit him.
I think Flowers wants to hit. I think Flowers is willing to say, you know what? I'll take the foul ball because I want to hit. That's just a guess.
Now call on the field was hit by the pitch. Mark Ripperger.
Yeah, I think that hits the knob, Don, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah, on the way up, you can see the knob kind of going up as Flowers with his hands on the knob, and then it goes into the glove of A.J. Ellis.
Call was a hit batsman. Padres have challenged. Joe West, the crew chief. Home plate umpire Mark Ripperger.
Yeah, Ripperger, the calling umpire. Joe West, the crew chief, in on the call. This is great. Two catchers watching the replay, kind of exchanging thoughts. I don't know what's taking so long.
I saw Ross waiting patiently.
I can't see how that ball hit his hand because the ball was below the knob and he's choked up on it. And by the way, do you think they pump music into the headsets while they're waiting just for like a little enjoyment?
I don't think so.
No?
No, I think they're actually listening to the command center. Just a hunch.
I'd like to hear what they're saying. Maybe a little 80s on 8, 70s on 7. A little Sinatra channel, maybe.
This is a very long discussion.
Maybe they're listening to Howard Stern. Who knows? I can't believe it's taken this long.
What we got? They're sending him to first base.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't believe that.
That's embarrassing. That's absolutely embarrassing. Cover your ass.
That's awesome.
Now Flowers
how does that ball hit him?
It doesn't. It doesn't. That's how. And you got Tyler Flowers who said it didn't hit me. You got the Padres challenging it didn't hit him. And now you got Andy Green going to the mound.
Oh, you know what this is going to be? He's going to wait till the umpire comes out and give him an earful. Is there action in our bullpen, by the way? There is.
He's going to make a move.
Okay.
Robbie Erlin had been up.
Well, he still might wait till he comes out there and then kind of.
Yeah, looking over in that direction, isn't he?
Yeah, Andy's eyeing the home plate umpire as he rubs up the ball from Tyson.
So that'll do it for Tyson Ross. Goes 6+. Padres trail 2-0. First base hit by a pitch, according to the umpires. Not only was he not hit by the pitch, I'm not even sure that it hit the knob. Looking at this angle, I'm not sure it hit anything.
You know, Don, you might be right, because the ball didn't look like it changed spin or anything, did
nothing.
it? You know what I want to see one day? Who's going to be the first manager that straps on those headsets and starts airing out people in New York?
Goes against the headsets, put them on.
That's what I want to see. I'm not blaming. You can't blame the home plate umpire, Joe West, right?
They're just doing what they tell them. Robbie Erlin, the new pitcher for the Padres.
Well, stop the bleeding here. Nobody out. He inherits a runner. So righty to lefty being Erlin.
Tyson Ross gave up 3 hits and leaves this game trailing 2-0. Pitched pretty well.
He pitched his tail off. Just no offense. You know, tip your cap to Sanchez, who's pitching very, very well.
Johan Camargo is grounded out to second base, popped out to third. To center field, falling fast, falling in for a hit. Taking second is Flowers. Camargo. It's a base hit off Robbie Erlin. 2 on, nobody out to begin the 7th inning for Atlanta. That brings up Ender Inciarte, who homered his last time up. He's 2 for 2 in the game. Had a single in the 3rd, and then this home run in the 5th inning. His 5th home run of the year. Put the Braves on top 2-0, the lead they currently enjoy here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, that was a slider slash cutter out of the hand right into the swing path, down and in to Inciarte, and nice easy swing, sent it on its way. That was a no doubter.
Two on, nobody out. Inciarte choking up on the bat here. Takes ball 1.
Inciarte hitting .205 off of southpaws this year, and Robbie, you know, he inherited that runner at first base. He's scoreless in 11 of his 16 relief appearances this season, sporting a 1.97 ERA, working both sides of the plate nicely with that fastball, then mixing in the breaking ball.
This will get away into the backstop, and the runners will advance. Flowers to third, Camargo to second.
I'm thinking that's going to be a pass ball. After looking at this pitch, AJ is set up outer third. Wild pitch. I stand corrected.
On the wild pitch, the runners advance. Second and third, nobody out. Inciarte ahead in the count, 2-0. Now the infield in here, more so on the left side than the right side. Strike called over the outside corner. Remember, this inning started with a hit batter who wasn't hit. Am I wrong?
No, I'm amused yet confused. I want to know what Flowers was saying, and I want to know what the home plate umpire was thinking, and just how it all came about, and how they came up with that decision in New York.
2-2. On the ground right side, Hosmer looks the runner back and then flips to first. Just in time. Now the runner's coming, and he's in. Flowers scores. They waited for him to toss to first base, and then in he came. Good base running there by Tyler Flowers. It's 3-0. But you know Andy Green's thinking about the hit batsman that wasn't.
Well, here's the thing here. When the runner at third base is Tyler Flowers, as soon as Hosmer looking, as soon as he turned his back and then the backhand flip, he is off and running. Jose Perella kind of got turned around also after covering first base. Flowers does not have blazing speed as soon as that right there, because Perella's got to concentrate on catching ball, touching bag. By that time, Flowers is off and scoring.
Three 3-0 Atlanta.
I honestly thought that Eric was going to field that. Look at the runner at third, Flowers, all the way back to third base, and then backpedal to first for the out.
Galvis charging in. His throw is just in time. It's Preston Tucker. So 6-3 on the put out there. No advance for the runner at second in Camargo. And a pinch hitter coming up here for the pitcher, Anibal Sanchez, who now has a 3-0 lead. Peter Borges is going to pinch hit. Borges had 200, no homers, 3 runs batted in into his 28th game of the year. Johan Camargo at second base, run in for Atlanta.
Borges can run. He's 1 for 8 in the pinch this year.
Phil Hughes warming in the pen. In there for strike 2. That run is charged to Tyson Ross. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Walked 1, struck out 4, and is on the hook right now for the Padres despite pitching very well tonight through 93 pitches. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning as Borges strikes out, but the Braves pick up a run on a ball that did not hit the hitter or the knob of the bat. He was allowed to go to first. 3-0 Braves. All right, Scan, thanks very much. Braves have added a run in the bottom of the 7th inning. Have taken a 3-0 lead, and A.J. Ellis to lead it off here in the 8th inning. Into the game is Dan Winkler. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Winkler takes over for Anibal Sanchez.
30th game for the right-hander. Very nice numbers. Very few walks. He pounds the zone. Max effort type guy.
Peter Borges has also stayed in the game in left field after he pinch hit and struck out to end last inning. So Preston Tucker coming out of the game. There is Borges. Skips in, and it's 1-2.
You know, the numbers say it all for Winkler. You just need to look at the opponent's batting average against 140. And he's approaching 30 innings, so that's a pretty decent sample size. This kid's the real deal. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Travis Jankowski has come out on deck. He would pinch hit here. Foul back to the screen. You okay over there? Are you okay?
Yeah, I want to apologize. I hit my cough button. We need an A2 up here to check my my box. There's a cough button and a talk back button. I hit my cough button and just showed the world that I was trying to clear a fur ball. So I apologize.
Line to center. Inciarte is there for the first out of the 8th inning. Well, it's a 4-game series. Tonight is game 1. Tomorrow is game 2. Same time, same place tomorrow night. The Padres and the Atlanta Braves. Clayton Richard will be on the hill, coming in at 5-6 with a 4.40 earned run average, matched up against Brandon McCarthy. 5-3 with an earned run average over 5 at 5.03. 5:30 p.m. on Fox Sports San Diego. Strike over the inside corner. Jankowski to center. Inciarte over a few steps, 2 down. So Jankowski pinch hitting and flying out to center. 2 up, 2 down here. Top of the order, Jose Perella coming up. There's a ground ball into left center field and a base hit for Perella. Another multi-hit night for Jose. And a wide turn at first with 2 down. Mud, we have the supervisor explanation from New York as to what happened there on that play. And the explanation is, after viewing all relevant angles, the replay official could not definitively determine that the ball failed to strike the batter's finger. That's why the call stands. It is a hit by pitch.
Really?
Yes. That led to Flowers getting on. He scores, and the Braves end up taking a 3-0 advantage. So there you have it. That's what they saw. Foul back, 1-1. 93 from Dan Winkler. Anibal Sanchez, 7 shutout innings in this game.
So that baseball, when it was coming in, it must have took like a magic turn, hit the, and then the finger, then into the glove.
It's kind of a magnetic force thing.
Right.
Yeah. To the screen, 1-2.
Well, that's a huge run, and say it all the time, bloop and a blast to tie it up. Not the case anymore. It's Corey trying to battle here, choking up.
Instead of the tying run at the plate right now.
Yeah.
Spangenberg 0 for 3 in the game, and he lines one to right field. In for a base hit. Perella will take second. Now the tying run will be coming to the plate in the person of Eric Hosmer. Pretty good person.
That's good battle right there by Corey Spangenberg. Choking up, good bat control. Look where this pitch is. It's up. He gets some top hand on it. Serves it into a right field for the base knock. Little cutter from Winkler. And this is the part of the lineup you want up. Hosmer Renfroe put a hurting on something. Get some Padres pass and go tonight.
2 on, 2 down. And Eric Hosmer, the batter. It's been a quiet night, 0 for 3, but the Padres don't have to deal with Sanchez anymore. Kept them at bay for the first 7 innings of this game. There's strike 1 at 95, peppering that outside corner. Seventh inning or later, 261 average, 3 homers. 8 RBIs for Hosmer. Here he is in the 8th with 2 down and 2 on. On the ground down the first base line. That'll head to the right field corner. Around comes Perella to score. Spangenberg's going to try and score from first base. He will, and it's a 1-run game. Hosmer drives in 2, and it's 3-2 Atlanta. Everything happening with 2 outs in this inning. The back-to-back singles and then the 2-run double by Eric Hosmer.
Battle by Spangenberg going down. You talk about Winkler missing location big time. He wanted that one down and away. And we always see Eric Hosmer going the opposite way, center of the diamond. He spun on that one. Oh, that's some good hitting.
Hosmer drives in 2, and things have gotten tighter in Atlanta. Chuck Hernandez out there right now, and he's headed back to the dugout after the conversation. Braves pitching coach with Hunter Renfroe coming up here, and the tying run in scoring position. Ball 1.
This is the situation where Hunter Renfroe, you know, the home run would be great, right? But no. 2-out knock, possibly driving in a run here with Hosmer at second base. Pass it on to the next guy. Once again, using the whole field, maybe thinking right field to drive in that run.
Fouls it back, 1-1. Inning started with Ellis lining out to center. Travis Jankowski pinch hit, fly out to center. Single to left for Perella, single to right for Spangenberg. And the 2-run double right down the line at first into the right field corner for Eric Hosmer. 20th pitch of the inning for Dan Winkler coming up. Renfroe lines in, and it's caught at second base by Albies to end the inning. Well, Eric Hosmer gets the Padres closer as his double down the first base line into the right field corner scores 2. As Perella comes in to score, Spangenberg comes in to score on the double by Hosmer. It's 3-2 Braves. To the bottom of the 8th we go. by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. And by Pacific Surfliner. Ride the Surfliner to your next Padres game. Back in Atlanta, where the Padres put together a 2-run top half of the 8th inning. Eric Hosmer driving in the runs to get him within a run, and the new pitcher Adam Cimber on for the bottom of the 8th.
Well, we've seen Adam Cimber in a lot of high leverage situations hold the deficit. Padres trailing by a run, and Adam has been lights out. Leads the Padres relief crew in first pitch strikes, 69%. Call it 70. It's 69.9. Now gives the Braves hitters a different look, totally different look after seeing Ross and Erlin.
Travis Jankowski staying in the game in left field. Takes over for Hunter Renfroe out there in left. Ozzie Albies leading it off here in the 8th inning, top of the order for Atlanta. Made the catch last inning on Hunter Renfroe's line drive that ended the top of the 8th inning and left Hosmer at second base, the tying run. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. The pitch was up, and Albies chases one down. Time now for the San Diego fans of the game.
Hey! Come on!
He's sleepy.
Come on! Padres need to get some. Hey!
One down here in the 8th.
Need some action to keep him awake.
It's a long flight. Swanson 0 for 3 in the game. Is lined out to third, flied out to left, flied out to center. In the air to shallow left. Backpedaling is Galvis, the shortstop, for out number 2 at the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one was stop the chop at home for the Braves. They've won 7 straight at home versus the Padres, starting back to 2016. And roll on for Ross. San Diego's won each of the last 6 starts by Tyson. 3-0 with a 3.15 ERA. Adam Cimber trying to stop the offense, and after seeing the big tall right-hander Tyson Ross, then you've got the left-hander Robbie Erlin. Totally different arm angle, release point. Rather than seeing pitches downhill, they're seeing pitches actually uphill from Cimber.
Freddie Freeman 0 for 3. Struck out in the first inning. Grounded out to first in the 4th. Lined out to left in the 6th inning. 340 average on the year. Now drives one towards the gap in right center field. On the move is Reyes, and he won't get there. It's backed up by Margot, as into second base goes Freddie Freeman with a 2-out double.
Well, leave it to Freddie Freeman. That ball's right down the middle. Anything in the strike zone. Franmil, it looked like he wanted to lay out. Then all of a sudden kind of pulled up a little bit, tried to stop it on the backhand, overran it.
It's an unintentional walk here of the no-throw kind to Nick Markakis. And bring up Tyler Flowers. First and second now with 2 down. Flowers hit by 2 pitches. It's also grounded back to the mound. Sort of.
Yeah. Still scratching my head on that one. Oh, take your base.
That's very close.
That was close. I think it was close enough.
Adam Simber taking over for Robbie Erlin, who went 1 inning, giving him 1 hit, no runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a batter. On the hook tonight, unfairly, probably is Tyson Ross. In 6 innings, giving him 3 hits, charged with 3 runs, walk and 4 Ks. Grounder back towards the mound. Simber on the backhand, knocked it down. His throw gets away, and coming around is Freeman. Markakis going to be stopped. Another run, an insurance run for the Braves. They take a 4-2 lead. Errant throw by Adam Simber.
Oy vey. Had plenty of time. Eric Hosmer was set up, and this ball goes to the outfield side, and as soon as he let it go, that hurts big time.
Her charge to Simber that allows that run to score. 2nd and 3rd now with 2 down. No RBI in the play.
Now this is where Adam Simber's got to erase that. This is a big at bat right here. Keep it 2 runs. Concentrate on getting Camargo. Boy, talk about just steam coming from the ears. Been there, done that. But you got to forget about that. Easier said than done.
On the ground up the middle, Galvis to his left. His throw is good, and the inning is over. Braves do add a run. We go to the 9th. Atlanta on top 4-2. Very good defense behind him. Sanchez with 7 shutout innings, giving him no walks and struck out 6. Yeah, a record as he departs with a chance for his 3rd win without a loss.
He was changing speeds nicely. You know, he only topped out about 93, but he was throwing off-speed pitches at 65, just keeping everybody off balance. Pumping strikes. Did not walk anyone. He struck out 6.
Arodys Vizcaíno coming in now, the closer for the Braves.
Vizcaíno, their stopper. 12 out of 14. Really good numbers. A little high in the walks sometimes, but look at those splits. 200 and 176. Arodys Vizcaíno. Hard throwing right-hander.
Takes over Dan Winkler, who went an inning giving up 3 hits and the 2 runs that the Padres have. Didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Franmil Reyes to lead it off here in the 9th inning. Hit a double in the 7th inning. 1 for 3 night for the Padres right fielder. Goes around, tried to hold up, but could not. 1-1. Reyes, Galvis, and Margot anticipated in the inning. High chopper that'll go foul.
That's an easy 98, isn't it, from Vizcaino? I mean, there are max effort pitchers who don't throw that hard, and then there are guys who are nice and easy, fluid arm delivery, and bang, it's up on you, 98, 99. It's almost as if a pitcher kind of lulls you to sleep with his delivery, then it's right on top of you. That's tough to square up.
Line the other way, and that's going to get in for a base hit. Reyes with a wide turn at first, and a good start to this 9th inning for San Diego. Took it the other way to right field. Leadoff single, second hit for Franmil Reyes of the night.
Yeah, let the pitcher supply the power. Just gets the bat out there. Watch where this pitch is, up and away. Less distance for the bat that has to travel rather than a pitch inside. You just get that barrel out there in the outer half, and bang, he's aboard with a base knock.
Lead runner on for San Diego in the 9th, and it brings up Freddie Galvis. Oh for 3. Galvis has grounded out to first base and has struck out swinging twice. Once in the 5th and again in the 7th.
That's tremendous movement at 98. We saw Hicks in St. Louis with 105 in movement. This is 98 with serious movement as well.
Hicks was very impressive.
Oh my gosh.
Fouled off, and it's 2-1. That was at 97. Reyes with a leadoff single to begin things in the 9th inning. Padres trailing by 2, tying run at the plate right now. Galvis hits a fly ball to left center. It's Ciarte coming in, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the 9th inning.
The 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Ballot is open and exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Padres are represented on this year's squad by voting at padres.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th, live on Fox.
1 on, 1 out, and Manuel Margot coming up. It's been an 0 for 3 night for Margot. Came in with the 6-game hitting streak. Does not have a hit tonight. Strike 1. 97 and on the corner. Fouls it back, 0-2. Sanchez goes the first 7 for the Braves tonight, giving up 4 hits, no runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 6, in line for his 3rd win of the year without a loss for the Braves. Dan Winkler, an inning giving up 2 runs. Rodis Vizcaino trying to finish it off. Bouncing in.
That's a nice block by Flowers because keeps that runner at first base where the Braves can still keep that double play in order.
Margot grounds one to third base. Camargo to second for one, on to first for two, and that's the ball game. 5-4-3 DP ends this ball game. It gives the Atlanta Braves the victory in game one of the 4-game series. They take it 4-2. Fireworks going off here at SunTrust Park. Sanchez is the winner and is 3-0 with the Braves. The loss goes to Tyson Ross. It's time for Padres Live. What's in store, Bob Scanlon?